This thing drops at midnight, so at midnight you guys can play it as many times as you want. There's only 5 songs that I added on this deluxe, and if I explain why it's 5 songs, I basically owe the label 5 songs to get out of my record deal.
Mommy, come and see how we step. We love you if you got the beast, cause the double D's on a bus.
We officially have a gold selling song on Dust. Is officially platinum. And that's because of you guys. Y'all been shout out to my girl, Cook Boy. But I go with each other.
He must be fabulous, straight out the Valo 16, Vala Gakandao. Hey.
Super producer, you know, haircut the lights. Yeah, you guys need to understand how versatile this guy is, dog. You know, I'm trying to say this respectfully, and I hope I can say it and articulate it in the right way. Like, on the outside end, someone like Ricky Rick had everything. He had everything. He had the jewelry. He had the crib go waterfall. Every time he pulled up, he was a showstopper. But like, when you're dealing with your demons at home or in your mind, the demons in your mind, not really at home. It's just like, who got you? And for me, it was my family and it was God.
I was about to say that because every tree comes from...
I'm asking for a favor, Jay. We're just gonna need silence. I'm not performing any of the music here. It's a listening session so we can listen to it. Lord, why Jabba chose to die? Why Ricky had that suit in his side? And why was it a noose and not a tie? Why every weekend we at funerals in suit and a tie? Why mama had a bruise in her eye? Why my daddy had a shoe to survive? And why Flubber lose his life to a knife? I'm confused, the accused. I may not have the music that's gonna make everybody in the streets dance or whatever. Yeah, there might be 1 or 2 of those for sure, you know? But that's not really what I pride myself on. I pride myself on like what do people learn when they listen to me? You know what I'm saying? What can you learn about even yourself?
I've been to funerals and nobody died. We very proud. Seems a grown man wait for their lives. Look at him cry. My daughter asked me to play Red Man by Barry Jive at 25 and she's barely 5.
That's true. That's a real story.
What up? Gang gang, it's your boy Trippy, just the young king from the west side of Joburg. You feel me? If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you will be notified as soon as I drop, as soon as I upload more fire. You feel me? So today we in Bra, man, as usual. You feel me? So now I'm just waiting for like 6 o'clock. Today we're here for Priddy Ugly. We're on the spot. Damn, we're waiting for Priddy Ugly for the listening session to his deluxe version of the album. Can't wait, man, you know. Priddy Ugly, so sure it's gonna be crazy, you know. I really can't wait, you know, honestly. So yeah, good people. I don't know what to say. Please like the video and comment below. Tell me which like content you would like me to dollar, and then I will definitely do that, but without any waste of any more time. Let me go, good people, before Kutuala and stuff. So yeah, shout out.
Outside. Yo, Priddy, what you saying? Everybody came out for you, man. I know it's how many tracks?
5 tracks actually.
Yo, people came out for those 5 tracks. 5 tracks. Shout out to you, bro. My name is Kim Fresh. Itamalam Semateksini. Like I said, Minang Sematekini. I'm out here with the legend. you know, one of the dopest in the country. Award-winning, obviously, dopest father. We see him online all the time. Just teaching you how to be the best dad. This thing, shout out for that, actually. I was about to say that because every tree comes from somewhere, you know what I mean? So when I saw Pops with the whole family, it's like a nuclear family, and as black folk, I think, not neglecting any race, but I'm just saying we need that example being shown on a regular basis, especially online right now. Because all we see is, I'm not gonna criticize, but I love what you're doing, man, and please keep doing that, keep showing us that side of a black man, because we really need it, my nigga.
Yo, man, I appreciate you guys so much for coming through. It's a listening session, it's a listening experience, you know. So I'm actually gonna need, I'm asking for a favor, Jay. We're just gonna need silence. I'm not performing any of the music here. It's a listening session so we can listen to it. I'd like to give you guys like a background, DJ. Actually, no, let me not jump the gun. We're speaking about being a family person, you know. So I'm a family man, and I pride myself on like my family. You know what I mean? I am who I am because my family are who they are, and we come from where we come from, you know. So it's only like imperative that I have my parents here with me. You know what I mean? My sister's here as well. My mom and my dad are here. You guys are here. For me, it's like, yo, man, it's like I don't really host. I haven't hosted anything. The last listening session I hosted was for my album Egypt, which is in 2017. You know. And I'll be honest with you, like 3 days ago, I didn't even know this was happening. I was hoping to learn the back there. And I remember speaking to him on the phone on Monday saying like, yo, dog, I'm trying to put together this listening session. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like in case it happens, here's your invite, you know what? So I was still like very like one foot in, one foot out. Because like, I think like just as artists, we just need to learn to trust ourselves more, trust our intuition. And more important than that, with you, because like you guys putting up here, us having this venue, having the sound, having Red Bull pull up, the Google, we're having an experience at the library. And the reason why I wanted it to be at the library is because like a library is a place like where we come through to learn, to center ourselves, to gain knowledge. You know what I mean? And that's really like what my music is about. So like I may not have the music that's gonna make everybody in the streets dance or whatever. Yeah, there might be one or two of those for sure, you know. But that's not really what I pride myself on. I pride myself on like what do people learn when they listen to me? You know what I'm saying? What can you learn about even yourself? You know, I've had so many people. I think like the biggest compliments that I get, you know, just from this music stuff, is like when I bump into people and they're like, "Yo, Flitto, like I was going through a suicidal phase, and like I listened to this specific song and like." You helped me just believe in myself, you know what I'm saying? I've had people who come up to me who are like, yo man, like, it's a lot, you know, the session just started. This album is called Dust. It won last year's Summer at the Summer Awards for Best Hip Hop Album. It's a crazy one because like, I think it's very overwhelming for me because like, sure, did actually you did, my guy. Yeah, man. Like you know, when I played the music like internally, like I didn't get good feedback from the music. You know, in fact, I was told that I sound uninspired. I was like, you know, there was insinuations on like, were you even trying to? Like, were you trying? You know, and I think that's a testament to like my skill set. Like I've been doing it for so long. And I do it at a very high level, and I make it seem easy. And the next person just thinks like, yo man, like, you just put effort into this. Like, yo bro, this is like some of the most honest music I've ever written. I've had like amazing producers. Mash Beats is not here, he's in Zimbabwe right now for the Iverson tour, so shout out to Mash Beats. I linked up with Mash Beats, her cut the lights. Her Cut the Lights has been very like instrumental like in like my career, you know. And even how I made Her Cut the Lights. I made Her Cut the Lights through Wichi 1080. So if you guys have listened to my music from back then,
Set demonstration.
Exactly. That's 2012. That's 2012. A lot of the music was produced by a guy named Weechi, and a lot of people ask me like, yo man, where's Weechi? You know? And I remember in 2017 when I started hanging out with my gens, Weechi was like, yo bro, there's this kid that I want to introduce you to, who I feel like can do what I do, and even more. Because I want to focus on other things, you know, you wanted to focus on like film production and Scala, and introduced me to Her Cut the Lights. And Her Cut the Lights has been there since Goat, Rick Jade, Soil, Mud, now Dust. But anyway, long story quite short, we're going to play you guys the Dust Deluxe album. This thing was actually supposed to drop on the anniversary of Dust, which is January this year. And there's just been like complications. We're just trying to get the music out, you know. A lot of red tape. I don't want to get into like negativity, and that's just why the music wasn't dropping, you know. But the music is here. I've been ready. I've been wanting to give you guys music. It's only 5 songs that I added on this deluxe, and if I explain why it's 5 songs, I basically owe the label 5 songs to get out of my record deal. I owe them 5 more songs, you know, at the minimum, and I'm like, you guys are gonna get the minimum, but still. But what's that thing? Oh,
Got
yeah,
you.
I'm
I'm trying to do a sound check as you're talking because I need some Q&A so people can understand. Let's take it back to the series. What is this series about? Because now we're ending up on Dust, but I know you were talking about how this thing is a, you know, it's a decade.
Very important, very important. So it started off with a project called Soil. I dropped Soil in during COVID, and really why it was titled Soil was because, like, you know, I just become a father, you know, really establishing myself as a family man, as a husband, as a son, and just trying to grow, bro, you know. And I think we're just in COVID and we had time to like really reflect and sit within ourselves and like, what am I trying to do? But even outside of what I'm trying to do, like, who am I? You know, and it's like, it forced me to become very grounded. So I remember when I was writing music for Soil, like I'll do this thing in my backyard where I'll go into the backyard and I'll put my feet, take off my shoes, put my feet in the soil, and literally just listen to beats. And I'll do that like day in, day out. And that music came from that, in like the journey of like trying to discover self, trying to work on a very grounded project, hence why it's called Soil, you know? And then after Soil, we had Mud, because Mud was just like Soil, but it's like, while working on Mud, I was like really like in the waters, you know? And it was like, it was muddy, it was rainy days, it was like a lot of sadness, but also like in the mud, and in that dirt is where there's growth as well, you know? So for like a plant to grow, you need to water the soil that it's on, and that's what creates mud. So mud is not all, it's not all stainy and it's not all dirty, there's also growth that comes from it. And then with Dust, it was just like, yo, now when, after you've watered that soil and that mud and it dries up, what is there? Is it, and I related it a lot to, I speak about a lot of themes of death on the music. And like, I think I saw like a tweet, my name, and they were like, yo, this guy speaks about death a lot or whatever. It's just like, one thing I can tell you in life, there's 2 things that are guaranteed for sure. Is that you will pay for
what you owe.
And you will die. You're not even guaranteed life. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who are like conceived and we have stillborns, or people who don't make it through full labor, you know? So it's like, life is not guaranteed, but death is an absolute certainty. And we live in a country where, like, you know, we have one of the highest murder rates per capita, you know? So I'm really just rapping about like my surroundings, you know what I'm saying? Things that are happening in and around our city in Joburg, South Africa, in Khayelitsha, you know, Soweto. And that's where Dust came about. Now we're giving you guys Dust Deluxe because we're just celebrating it, you know. Dust is, can I announce it yet? I'm not really supposed to announce it, but you know how we
announce exclusive, come on, man, we came out.
We officially have a gold selling song on Dust. Is officially platinum, and that's because of you guys. Yeah, I mean, shout out to my good boy who got out here, you know. That's my first platinum record, you know what I mean? And it's crazy for me because when I played that record, it was just like the hook, and I had like the verse, but I didn't split the verse. And I came into the office and I played like the beat and the hook, and like dudes weren't moved. I was like, not like this, you know. But I believed in it so much. I was like, yo, man, like, put this shit out. And if, like, I believe in this music so much that if this music doesn't work, I quit. Then I'm done making music. That's where this whole idea of like Pretty Ugly quitting music came from, you know. And yeah, and through that, dog, you got Dust. Now we got Dust Deluxe. And Dust Deluxe is really just about a celebration.
So I want to just get it there. Like, why we getting the Deluxe? Why are we getting new music? Like new album. Like, why we gotta settle on the Deluxe? Like, as a fan, like I was like, yeah, like what's up with that?
That's a real check, because I actually genuinely don't like Deluxes. But like I said, we announced with the label that I was with, and it's fine. You know, shout out to Stay Low. They're not here. We put this together without the label, and that's just like a testament to artists. Like you guys don't need the label. Stop trying to get into deals thinking like a record label is gonna change your life. You're gonna sign that record deal, and you're still gonna have to host your own listening sessions. You're still gonna have to shoot your own music videos. You're still gonna have to go market your shit. So why the hell give them the music in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Just believe in yourself, believe with the team, work with the team that's around you. Stop trying to get signed by another artist or another rapper. Like play with the niggas who are with you, right? So yeah, and we announced that it was the last, you know, it's actually my last, that was the last album that's contracted under my record label with Stay Low. But I still owe them another 5 tracks. So we're like, yo, I'm not gonna give you another album. We could have given you guys 5 singles, you know, but it's like, no. Since we announced that Dust was the last album, it's like, that doesn't make sense for me to drop a different album. Yeah. Let it just be an extension of the same album. Because there's also a lot of music that was on Dust, that we created for Dust, that wasn't selected to go on Dust. Not by me, or not by, there's multiple people in the room that you need to satisfy. And yeah, and this gave me an opportunity to give you guys some of the music that like, I felt like needed to be on the project. And this music here is just a celebration, man. It's like I collaborated with people that people wouldn't expect me to collaborate with. And I think that's what collaborations are about. Like, I'm always trying to do collaborations that are exciting for the hip hop fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That put dudes together who otherwise wouldn't be together on a record. Yeah. That's how Come to My Gasi came about. That's how Pray came about. That's how I can't see a sunrise in studio because I need to think about, like, I need to be up in the morning and take my daughter to school. And I'm the parent who prides myself on being available to take my daughter to school. And I need to make sure in whatever I'm doing, that come after school, that I'm there to fetch my daughter from school, you know what I'm saying? So I balance my life to where it works out like that. And Herc is one of the homies who just called me, like, yo, where you at? Like, yo, I'm at the crib. Like, alright, cool, I'm coming through. You know, and then we in studio. It's like we do this thing called the 10-minute challenge. We call it 10 mini. And like, it's Herc's task to come up with a song in 10 minutes or a beat in 10 minutes. And for me to come up with something to record in 10 minutes. And Dust Deluxe came about like that. The first song that I'm going to play you guys now is called How We Step. And that was just like me and Herc and Kindly Nash. They were in the studio with me. They came to come chill with me at the crib for like 3 days. And I was uninspired. Like, they came through, left bad beats. And I just wasn't catching a vibe. I just like was not catching a vibe. And as soon as Kindly Nash and Herc had left the crib, I went back into the studio just to listen to some of the beats that they left. And the first beat that I hopped on was a song called How We Step. And I got a special feature on it. Maybe we'll speak about the feature once we play the song, yeah?
Shout out to you. Let's go!
Don't know what's up. From the east to the west to the south, ain't none like us. My cheetah from the north in the cup. Mama see the looking gold, drill a board and they falls in the dust. Find me in a tux with the trucks, tryna get this money in a rush. If it's up, then it's stuck. If you come and gobble slumps, you get cupped. Come and gobble slumps, you get cupped, you get cupped, you get cupped. I'm with my G's in the set. We rockin' VVs on the neck and DGs on the vest. Mommy, come and see how we step. We love you if you got the B's, things or double D's on the breast. Go if you don't leave me impressed. Need a G63 just to lead. Let me see how you stretch. Me and my team, we the best. Pull up looking clean when we lead in the streets in a mess. I'm with my G's in the set. We rockin' VVs on the neck and big G's on the vest. Mommy, you if you got the beast, cause the double D's on the breast. Go if you don't lean me impressed. Need a G63 just to lean. Let me see how you stretch. Me and my team, we the best. Pull up looking clean when we leave in the streets in a mess. Yeah, okay, I do it for the family. I know my Gita who be scamming and couldn't do it for the granny. And me, I want my grand to hold a Grammy. We ain't never had a plan B, so they had me in a pram B. And when I'm with my steppers, it's a stampede. When my steppers, it's a stampede. Stepping like a trampoline. You hear that brr like it's Grand Prix. The kitty brr and the panties. Cause the hood in the south show me love. God bless my bruv up above. Every dog need a hug. My cuz was in love with the drugs. Before we hit the rub in the tub, we was stuck in the mud. Blood with the boogie from the west side. Lean me impressed with a G63 just to lean. Let me see how you stretch. Me and my team, we the best. Pull up looking clean when we leave in the streets in a mess.
I want you guys to listen to this one.
Shots, you know they better be direct. Cause my shit go through the net, them niggas know we know. For these holders to distraction, tryna throw me off. Took some hits, but all that did was boost my overall. I started rapping this, I'm saying, but he's showing off. On his homies, he gon' switch for this bitch that he think he gon' impress. You ain't sticking to the script that he said. You can look down at the ground and see my prints in the distance that I step. On my leans in the vision that I kept. You can just run to it or just run away. Hope I can escape all of my trouble ways. If you give it your belief,
we love you if you got the beast, sticks or double D's on the breast. Go if you don't lean me impressed. Need a G63 just to lean. Let me see how you stretch. Me and my team, we the best. Pull up looking clean when we leave in the streets in the mess. I'm with my G's in the set. We rockin' VVs on the neck and big G's on the vest. Mommy, come and see how we step. We love you if you got the beast, sticks or double D's on the breast. Go if you don't lean me impressed. Need a G63 just to lean. Let me see how you stretch.
Did you guys recognize who was on that second verse?
Yes, sir.
Yo, take us through the song. I know that might be boring, like you and your team, you're doing your thing. Tell us about the song.
Yo, man, you guys heard the song, man. I did the song. Connie Nash left the beat there. Herc tagged that. I put the hook on it, and I was like, yo, man, I was just playing it in the car, playing it for homies, sent it to my sister, and everyone that I played it to before was like just vibing, you know. And me and Westside Boogie have been following each other for like years, like. And he reached out to me back in 2021 during COVID, and he's like, yo, man, I think your shit is hard, bro. I'm a fan, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, I'm a fan of yours, but like, I'd like to do a song with you, but like, only when you have the budget, hit me up. And I think what he meant by budget though is like, I've done like records with like gents where you hop on the record, it's a dope verse, and then like, nothing ever happens with the song, you know? There was no marketing, there's no PR, a video never came from that, we didn't perform the joint. It's like, and like, what you don't understand is that verse that I gave you, maybe like I had to like stop my whole world and like miss my daughter's practice and like not sleep the next day because I'm trying to give you this verse and like you do nothing with it, you know? And I think he was just saying like, yo, man, like I can give you a verse, but I need you to show me that you can respect the time that we put into this thing. And I was like, yeah, no, sure, no, I'll hit you up. And then 4 years later, I had this record. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just send it to this guy. Let me see what he says. And I sent it to him, and he video calls me. I'm with Herc. And he's like, yo, man, this shit is crazy. I'm about to lace a verse on this thing. Send me the beat. Professional, dog. He's like, you know, some dudes here locally. And I'm guilty of it too. I get it. And I don't take it personally. Like, you know, life happens, you know. Like, I've had dudes like who made me wait like almost 6 months, 8 months for a verse. Say, Westside Boogie gave me my verse in less than 24 hours after I gave him the beat. You know what I mean? And for people who don't know who Westside Boogie is from America, Compton, Westside, you know, real Westside blood for real, you know?
Right? Yo, what's up with my mic though, man? Like, give me some power. You feel me? Yeah, I signed to Eminem, we know what to do.
Yeah, signed to Eminem, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you know what's crazy? Can I tell you something? This is just between me and you guys, you know? He played this joint, And you know what's crazy about those guys? Like, they like these type of records, you know, the rappers going on rapping and stuff. But like, he was like, yo, me, Eminem, like, yo, the songs that we like are like 10. They like that vibe. You know, those guys like things that they don't hear on that side. Like, they hear a lot of dudes who rap that side. There's 100 Eminem, not Eminems, like Eminem, you know, but like there's 100 dudes rapping, 1 million dudes spitting, 1 million dudes slanging. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, you know, our biggest exports, like, from here have been like a guy like Focalistic, because like he's giving the music that like they don't hear that side. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, but anyway, but he respected it. He's like, yo, man, the song was dope. I think you're a dope rapper. And I think just like culturally, like it's got like a very, like when the song starts, it's got like a very Kwaito bounce. It's like, and if you think about Kwaito, Chuck Taylors and that kind of thing, you think about Soweto. So it's like our cultures are like very much the same. So I think he messed with the track. He gave me the verse. Shout out to Westside Boogie, how we step. But this one, like, you really need to listen to it. Like, I don't think people really listen. It's not really about rapping. Like, I'm really saying something to somebody and some people. But like, if you don't know, you won't know. But if you know,
you're gonna explain
you're gonna know.
Today you're gonna explain, we need explanation.
You guys heard? Heard cut the lights.
Yeah, I had to cut them all off, I had to sever ties. Better stay on that side if you ever side. If you're not fighting to survive, you better step aside. We gon' see who stays alive when we on separate sides. The real nigga in you niggas unidentified. When tempers fly, you left to die, it's a genocide. And it won't be kind regards if you get replies. And I'll never let it slide, never let it slide. And I'll never let it slide, never let it slide. Some jealous guys screw me over once and not a second time, you petrified. And if you bugging, I spit pesticide. Bitch, your neck and tie, prepare to die, we got vets inside. Some lemon lime, they gave us lemons, we made lemon pie. Felon shot the homie in the melon, he's a never mind. Then I'm ahead of time, my pen design like I invented rhymes. There's never going back in time before you ever signed. Slime, if you offended, fine. If they were fine for being real, you wouldn't spend a dime. When your friends feed them on the line, would you defend the crime? Let your masters treat them like a slave and then you men obliged. I've been to funerals where nobody died. We bury pride, seems some grown men weep for their lives, so getting pride. My daughter asked me play Red Man by Berry Jive at 25 and she's barely 5.
That's true, that's real dope.
And I'll never let it slide, never let it slide.
Most important thing I'm really honest about.
Never get where we came from. So you are what you are. You are what you are. You are what you are. So one or two things. You need somebody. You need somebody.
Yeah, so if you guys listen to what I said on the record there, I said I had to cut them all off. I had to sever ties. Better stay on that side if you ever side. If you're not fighting to survive, you better step aside. We're gonna see who stays alive and we on separate sides. The real nigga in you niggas unidentified. When tempers fly, you left to die, it's a genocide. And it won't be kind regards if you get replies. And I'll never let it slide, never let it slide.
Yo, Priddy, come on, man. Like, there's a song where this guy's asking, yo, who you talking about? It's like, yo, if you asking that question, I'm probably talking about you. Yo, man, who you talking about, bro?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like the shoe fits. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who was never like a real nigga, you know, if you do keep it real as a real nigga, then like, that's why I say like the real nigga in you niggas is unidentified. When tempers fly, you left to die. That's like saying like, yo, people like play with your career, your life based on their emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when tempers fly, you left to die. So when a dude gets angry and upset, you know, it's a genocide for you because you're upset about whatever you're upset about, and now like I gotta suffer for that, you know. And it's just like if the shoe fits, yeah, you know what I mean. If the shoe fits, those that I'm speaking to, they know exactly who I'm speaking to. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we all know.
Yeah, the song is called Kind Regard because that's, you know, it's like the nicest way to say, like, you know, like in an email, when you send an email, you can say whatever, you can complain about whatever you're complaining about, or rejoice whatever you're speaking about, then like you end the email off with kind regards, you know what I'm saying? So this is me saying like a big like F you, and at the end saying, yo, kind regards also. Like I still wish you well, you know?
Yo, man, I think we kind of know who you're talking about, but yo, shout out to you for that. You know, putting the emotions in the music is always like something that I really, truly admire about hip hop, because you can truly base it on the music, expressing yourself and all that. And I appreciate you from being in that corner and expressing yourself in that way. Shout out to you. Where we going next?
Yo, man, thank you very much, my dog. Yeah, the next one is like a nice one. So basically, this deluxe, you guys are gonna hear it at the end of the original the original Dust. Right, I actually wanted this to be like in the beginning so that people just listen to it in the beginning, you know, like a lot of people don't like skipping through tracks and going to the last track. But you guys won't skip. I know you eat. Man, and again, I appreciate every single one of you guys. There's like personal invites that I sent out. I had homies send out invites. You guys had to like also do RSVPs, Calabon. I like, yo, Loli, yo, Angie, I see you. Come on, I see you. Uber Eats, I see you. This one is titled Huetalambo. And yeah, maybe let's play it. Wait, what about the fella? He must be fabulous. What? Oh, how go come on, dog. I'm seeing lights in my face and like. Maybe let me speak about this record. Sit with me here, though. Please come sit with me out here. It's crazy. This guy's on my album, and this is the first time we're meeting, you know? It's like, how amazing is the internet? You know what I'm saying? So guys, you have no excuses. You have no excuses. Westside Boogie is that side in the US, and he sent this verse back in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Here's this guy from like, you know, from the pod. You know what I'm saying? Making crazy noise. Look, good job, I get Fabo. And let me tell you how I got put onto Fabo. You know what I'm saying? Because you can also be schooled. So we got a record called Jaga is doing really, really well. And I'm at an event last year. And I'm meeting a whole bunch of artists, you know? Artists that I see all the time. I won't mention names and stuff, you know? But like everyone's just showing love. Yo, Jaga's the one. Yo, we should do a remix. Hey, you know? So like, chat in the room that day. Not in the room, but it was an outdoors. Like, yo, Jaga remix, you know? So I'm like, hey, okay. Let's try to put together this Jaga remix. I wasn't thinking about it initially, but like, it just looked like a lot of people were like really excited about it, you know? So we started working on this remix, and everybody that was so happy to be on the song, that was almost asking me to be on the song, was just not getting back to me. They're not responding to messages, or they're leaving me on red. And like, guys, I don't take that thing personally, and don't take it personally, because you don't know what people are going through in their lives, right? So I didn't take it personally. I just kept reaching out for months. Oh, my 6 months. Yo, dog, what's up? You still got that verse? Are you still gonna give me that verse, you know? And the only nigga that actually gave me a verse was the one person who, when I asked for the verse, was a bit reluctant to even be on the song. You know, we spoke to him at this event, and he was like, "Ish." I asked him for the verse. He's like, I don't know, man. Ish, okay, I'll see what I can do. Whereas everyone else was like an instant yes, like, oh, for sure, dog, I got you, dog. You're the big homie, you're a big fan, yo, whatever, you know? They never sent through their verses. The guy who was the most reluctant is the first person to send the verses. That guy was Casper on your vest, what? So Casper sent me a verse with Jaga, but like, then I was sitting on this Jaga remix, it's just me and Casper. And it's like, when I'm saying Jaga, I'm just talking about like my dog, and it's just like, you know, like respect to the OG. He's an OG, like respect. It's like, but he's not like, we're not friends, we're not homies, you know, but we respect each other. It's like immense respect. So I'm like, it doesn't make sense to have my friend, my dog, song with Casper alone. You know, it just didn't make sense, especially after what me and Maglera did with it. But I still felt like there was so much value in the verse that he gave me. And one day we're just sitting in the studio, and her cut the lights, matched beats, and BZM. You know, I pulled up and we're playing this beat, and like this beat was the same, was in Jaga tempo. Maybe it was like 1 BPM off, but the exact Jaga tempo. So I'm like, yo man, I think Casper's verse can work here. And I think my Jaga remix verse also works here. But then we didn't have a chorus. You know, I told Casper the idea, I'm like, yo man, I'm thinking of switching up the whole song, let's make it a whole new song. He's like, alright, cool, no stress. Send it to me. I sent him like, maybe I sent him like 7 different versions of a chorus. And he said no to every single one of them. You know, he was like, I was like, but also granted, I wasn't trying to give him, I actually wasn't trying to put a chorus on it. You know, like the chorus is very rappy. So I didn't want like a commercial type chorus. And Casper was like, nah, dog, we need energy on this one, dog, you know? Like we need energy and I have the right person in mind. I'm like, hey, okay, tell me about it. He's like, nah, dog, this guy from the Val, he's crazy. I think he's gonna have a crazy year. His energy is hectic. It's just like, just the presence on the record is crazy, you know? So I was like, hey, okay, cool. He's like, yo, his name is He Must Be Fabulous. So Casper started sending me like links to his stuff. TikTok mainly. Just seeing people vibing to his TikTok shit. I'm like, oh, this guy, like, I know. You know? I'm like, yeah, dog, get him to send a verse through. And long story cut short, he sends a verse, or he sends a chorus. And yeah, we changed the chorus like here and there, but at the time I was also going through like my I didn't want to cuss on records, because my daughter be playing my music now, you know, like people at school are telling her about who I am, you know. She's like, yo, daddy, why does my teacher knows you from this, and then this one says that you're this, and this one saw me on TikTok, like she doesn't know what is this thing, you know. And she asked me questions like, yo, why everywhere I go, like people know who I am. But speaking about her, like everyone, hey Africa, everyone knows who Africa is, even if she's just traveling with my mother, you know? Anyway, so I'm like, is my daughter be listening to my music now? I don't want to be cussing on records, and now we have a wider audience, and I'm meeting like kids, I'm meeting older people, I'm meeting grandsons, like, I really want to watch my language on the songs. You know, and because Casper was like, yo, this guy Fabulous is fire. He's a bit vulgar, but he's fire. And I was like, ish dog, you know, I like what he did on this reggae, but like, ish dog, I'm really not trying to cuss on the songs, like, you know. And you said you want a very commercial record. And he's like, alright, cool, bro. I need you to trust me. Trust me when I say this guy's gonna give us a perfect record for this record. And we're gonna play the song now, then we're gonna speak to Fabo, you know. But I appreciate my nigga, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do like this.
We don't want those. Can we come to say they gonna watch these, but we don't like those. Keep knocking, we don't go to win, oh my God. What's all our move? What's all our move? Nah, we don't like those. Nah, what's all our move? What's all our move? Nah, we don't like those, yeah.
A couple years ago, they said he never blow, and then he goes, he's a star. Now let it roll, let it every roll, plenty episodes of the drama. I'm here to set the tone, and you said me told you plenty lower than this clock. We really know that plenty home, very many sending phones to the plazas. The bars are dripping head to toe, treat your heavy gold like pajamas. Bombers, hotter than the summer if you got up with the drama. I make your mama holler and your baby mama guala. You should do the drip in my cupboard since a dama. And ever since I wanna stop my mañana basari love me like I'm Java. Wanna show me your number, or wanna show me your tongue, or wanna lamza. You got a boy, you got a brata. Wanna go the and they cala. I'm trying to turn these brands to a couple pounds, to a couple dollars. And how many rubies and emeralds in my bezel? I'm at the devil, she is special. She listen to rap, like heavy metal. You wake up and your dogs get Billy pedal and go. I'm in my car, you can get bit in the dark. Jumping, you think it's a shark. You're picking up like it's your bark. I got some friends that can pick you apart.
We are going to win, oh my God. Oh, what's the number? What's the number? No, we don't like those. No. What's the number? What's the number?
my baby church.
Got me rapping in balance. Oh, well, I wish you love. Like it's home with me in 2001. Like everybody back home, kind of work. Just finally, get the one man, come a deep book, by the 100. In a nutshell, I'm a myth. Gotta get that Quasimodo with a hunchback. Fun fact, you can get your lunch back. Once I take a nigga in the sunset, you don't want that. I got many stories that I can't tell. I'm not about hold on my number, but that trend, I get cancelled. I'm a paper number, I'm a gun kid. I'm a husband. Apology, it was granted. Cause the upset wasn't wanted. What you want from me? Guess it's young shit. I'm a narcissist, how they love me.
Mama Zana, Mama Fana, Bunny Traka. I got a kid in the jungle. There was no felonies. Do you see the body? See the body? You don't gotta play these. One man in it, you would think it's head of me. You really know that it's locked. You really know there's plenty hoes, very many sending phones to the plazas. Their bars are dripping head to toe. Took your heavy clothes like pajamas. Pajamas.
Q&A with the homie, or what you wanna do?
I'm watching with my dog Fat, but like I said, it's the first time I ever meet him. You know what's crazy?
Yes, sir.
When I did a Come to My Gassi remix, I mean not remix, Come to My Gassi. That video that you guys see with me and Youngster in the train or whatever, that was the first time we ever met. You know what I'm saying? But the energy and the synergy was like crazy. This is the first time me and this nigga ever meet. And you can see, he's like, yo bro, the chemistry speaks there, it's on the track, the energy is here on stage. I actually can't wait to come out and perform it with him, you know what I mean? Fab, what about China Jones or Vibe? What do you represent? Oh, here's the
Yo, as he must be fabulous, straight out the Vala 16, Vala Gakandao. Hey man, I was kind of shocked when Casper hit me up. It was back in like March. Yeah, he hit me up on some, yo, I have this record with Priddy Ugly, gotta work on it. So the first thing on my mind was like, yo, this whole pressure, like what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's my signature intro, by the way, like the you know what I'm saying? I already had that in mind. So as soon as like the beat dropped, I was like, nah, what's happening? No way, dog. You get what I'm saying? So of course, man, I'm from the vibe, but my lingo I had to represent, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's actually the second attempt, because the first attempt I wanted to rap, and then Casper was like, yo, you gotta be more commercial about it, but I liked what you did with that with Salamu, because I already had that unlocked. So when it came back, I was like, yo, let me just play with this, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, biggest shout out to the OG and shout out to Trippy, shout out to Bob. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
You guys see the energy also when your voice comes out. Man. I see if I was got some fans here and I'm excited about that. I can't wait to do more songs with him. Where's that now?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, man.
Produced by the super producer, you know, Haircut the Lights. Yeah, you guys need to understand how versatile this guy is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Haircut the Lights did, you know, something like super that you guys are gonna hear, and then he does there's some rap stuff that I can do. You know what I mean? There's some Guaito stuff that I've done with her. There's some house stuff. In fact, if you guys have ever listened to the Rick J project that I dropped the book, there's so many people have been asking me about that. That's like her cut the lights. And Witchy 1080 for sure and other people, but that was her cut the lights, you know? Yeah, this one is called Super. I won't speak too much about it. You guys can hear once the song plays, but guys, you know the sound, we only have one speaker guy, so I need us to also keep it down. Also, I'm not gonna perform it. Get happy. I wasn't supposed to be performing. Just Pebbles' energy was just too much, though, you know. Because I'm not trying to clash with the music and bring up the energy too much. Because I also want you guys to hear it. This thing drops at midnight, so at midnight you guys can play it as many times as you want. Let's go to Tell Super. Let's go.
Give me my boy, nigga.
I was very inspired by AKA when I did this. So like RIP, the legacy, you know?
How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm super. Tryna get this money like a pooper. Moving funny, I can see it right through ya. Paparazzi or police might shoot ya. How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm super. Got an S or a link on my scooper. Give an F what you think is my move, look. When I ball, I'm only hit is my cruise, yeah. How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm super. I remember all I wanted was a Cooper. And now I'm in a coupe without a roof, huh? You wanna know there's a God, I'm the proof, huh? How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm super. Driving on the herb in a super. Remember all I wanted was a Cooper. Now we in a coupe without a roof, sir. How are you? How are you? How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm super. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm super. How you feeling? I'm super. How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm feeling fine.
At the finish line, life's sweet, but sometimes there's a little line. Daydreaming about the baddest like she isn't mine. How you feeling? How I'm feeling? I'm super. Tryna get this money like a Cooper. Remember all I wanted was a Cooper. And now I'm in a coupe without a roof, sir. You wanna know if there's a God? I'm the proof, huh?
Round of applause for the producer.
Yeah, I had a producer. Yo, let's make some noise for her content live.
Yo, the group that line, you know, like even like the Machiavelli, the whole reference stuff is crazy on the album, man. Like, shout out to that, man.
Yo, man, thank you so much. Yeah, man, I was in the studio with Herc, and yeah, man, I was just missing AKA that day. I've been playing The World Is Yours. The World Is Yours is my favorite AKA track, you know? And I was just like, yo, man, I want to make something like this, but not like this, you know? But like, just with that energy of like, Super Mega. The song was actually titled Super Mega initially, and then we just dropped the Mega, but like, it's really inspired by Super. Rest in peace. Her Cut the Lights did amazing on that, you know? Shout out to her.
Shout out.
Yeah, that was the second last track on the deluxe. This last one, it's called Y-O-Y, and yeah, this one is like one of those rap ones, you know, like rap ones, you know. So I think the rap guys will like it. You know, I pride myself on like I really like to try and make like an impact on my intros, and like to really like give it like a nice closing. So like my intros and my outros are like my favorite, you know. Yeah, this is the outro. It's called Y-O-Y. It's produced by Shooter Coombs and Marcus Harvey.
Lord, why job I choose to die? Why Ricky Hicks? Got family that would kill for me. We barely kin. Ever had your tummy so empty that the belly sing? Anything. Life's like an episode of Jerry Spring. Everybody's scared of thinking. Baby boys are wearing pink. And why my Gita acting lackluster? Tapping plenty plastic girls, and you don't pack rubbers. Can't love her, but want your mama in a bed under. Hope that everybody's sleeping on me. Have a bad slumber. And mad brothers sleep easy while their man suffer. And even Judas was seated at Jesus' last supper. You can't build a thing in the world if you lack structure. There's two things: gas bust you or tax fuck you. Damn. Lord, why job I choose to die? Why Ricky had that suit when he sighed? And why was it a noose and not a tie? Why every weekend we had funerals and suit and a tie? Why mama had that bruise on her eye? Why daddy had a shoe to survive? And why Flubber lose his life to a knife? I'm confused, the accused was the muse in his life. Why? Not everybody gets to live all day alive. Some live in life and some live it to survive. Some didn't lie, they multiplied and didn't die. Some learn to fly, there isn't limits in the sky. Not everybody gets to live all day alive. Some live in life and some live it to survive. Some didn't lie, they multiplied and didn't die. Some learn to fly, there isn't limits in the sky. No iron team, but there's an iron mind. No man is an island, but I'm the island kind. rhymes. I'm like Einstein's prime. I'm God body. You can see the signs of my design. We'll all die, buddy. Till then, there's numbers on my mind and my side hobby. Just know your job is on the line. Yet you fried, buddy. I'm sipping tea and for my G that is child, buddy. Greatest of our time. Any shrine that is eye ugly. Surrounded by some pussies. I'm aligned and my pride love me. Even those that hate it on God know I rhyme lovely. And nobody wanna lose us down when you find money. And they don't like no woke rapper, they'll sign dummies. Living in an era where the lineup is high druggies. Lord, why, oh, why? But they'd rather have you die to make their ROI.
That's deluxe.
Can I just say that chorus for you guys? And that's the end of Dust Deluxe, you know, just so you hear it. I say, I'm sorry, I keep putting on my phone because guys, I write a lot of lyrics, so I also forget my lyrics half the time. It's like new music, and like to be honest with you, like there's been trauma behind this music, so I also haven't been playing this music as much. I've been sitting on this music for almost a year, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm just happy that it's finally coming out. You guys are here hearing it with me. You know, I say, Lord, why Jabba choose to die? Why Ricky had that suit in his side? And why was it a noose and not a tie? Why every weekend we at funerals in suit and a tie? Why mama had a bruise in her eye? Why my daddy had a shoe to survive? And why Flubber lose his life to a knife? I'm confused, the accused was amused in his life. Why? Yeah, you know, everything is everything. You get knocked down, you get up, you already win. Find your balance, keep it steady, king. And you could cry that boy a bloody river, I bet he swim. I bet he swim. Got family that will kill for me, we barely kin. Ever had your tummy so empty that the belly sing? If anything, life's like an episode of Jerry Spring. Everybody's scared to think, and baby boys are wearing pink. And why my Gita acting lackluster? Tapping plenty plastic girls, then you don't pack rubbers? You can't love her? But want your mama in her pants under. Hope that everybody sleeping on me have a bad slumber. And mad brothers sleep easy while their man suffer. And even Judas was seated at Jesus' last supper. You can't build a thing in the world if you lack structure. There's two things. Scats bust ya or tax fucks ya. That's the only cuss word I said on the song, on the whole project. I feel bad about cussing in front of my parents too.
Yeah, that was crazy. Deep song, obviously. Like you mentioned a couple of like iconic names there. You know, Flaba from Squatter Camp, Ricky from Boys and Bucks,
Jabba.
and Jabba from obviously Motswako and all that other movement that they carry. You know, what was the whole inspiration behind that?
Yo, man, it's like going back to what I spoke about earlier on to say that like. There are two things that are guaranteed, is that you will pay for something and you will die. And I think while we're out here alive, you know, it's our duty to leave this world a better place for the people who are coming after us. So I don't do this for me, man. I do it so that like you guys know that you guys can do this too, you know. There's nothing special about me though. I mean, I do my thing, you know, I do my thing and I'm special at it. But it doesn't mean that you're not special too, you know, you can do this as well. And we plagued by death, so it's like, when people say like, yo, Pretty Ugly raps about death so much, like what's that about? It's like, I just mentioned in our industry, not even far, 3 people who passed away, just on this song. Ricky, Jabba, Flava, violently, you know what I'm saying? Flava lost his life to his partner who had stabbed him. Ricky took his life. Jabba took his life, you know, and these are all people that I actually knew like personally. These are my OGs, you know. I used to be that guy, like my parents know it. Like, you know, I was in the studio with Bo Pro Kid, Boy Double HP, and like when those guys were on, they come up, I was like the kid in the studio, like being the fly on the wall, just watching, you know what I'm saying? Just like waiting for my opportunity, you know, like I'll be there like gang studio sessions, you know, sometimes I go to studio sessions, and I never leave a verse, but I never stop coming to studio. I'm like, yo, one day these guys are gonna know who I am, because for now I'm just that lighty in the studio, you know? And that thing is a very profound thing, because like a couple of years ago, when I say a couple of years ago, I'm talking about Boma 2012. I'm pulling up to my Raza spot, and we're pulling up to my Raza spot. I'm pulling up there with the Beamer, E46, Blue Magic, you guys can see it on the Bula Boot music video, no, the Bula Boot music video, right? And I'm just in the studio with my Raza, Zinga, he smashes at the time, we're vibing, we're recording or whatever. But there's a bunch of other guys in the studio just sitting with us, you know? But like we the guys, I'm especially the guy maybe in that time, you know, for them, because like they're looking at me, I'm pulling up in the Beamer, I've got the Pretty Ugly merchandise, this is 2012. And there's just this guy in the studio, you know, he also take a picture with me. I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, we take a picture, you know, I move on with my life moves on. Years later, we get a superstar in South Africa, this guy, his name is MT, right? When MT blows up, after roll up and all of that, I'm talking about my, yeah, like, big MT at his highest. And I'm just like, man, anytime I see this guy on TV or something, I'm like, dog, I know this guy from somewhere. I don't know where I know this guy from. And then someone had posted a picture of me in Maraza studio back in 2012. And the kid that I took a picture with, like with the dusted shoes, and the guy who just like was saying like, yo man, I like what you're doing. One day I want to be like you guys, was MT. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if I had treated him like he wasn't nothing. And I was so like, yo bro, like you can do it. I wish you all, I'd never heard anything from him. And it's like that, I think, is also just a reminder to like people, like just be kind, guys. You know, we don't know what people are dealing with, and we're all creatives. You know, let's give each other chances, but also don't audition your stuff for me, because you guys shouldn't try and impress me, because I'm not the one that's gonna queue up like buying the albums and that kind of thing. You know, like build your community. I'm saying that because like a lot of jitas, they hit up my DMs everywhere I go. Dudes wanna rap for me, which is dope. It's dope, you know, but it's like I can't change your life, bro. And you rapping for me is dope. You can rap, but maybe that's the only thing I can do for you. Let you know that you rap. Maybe that gives you validation. But it's like I said, it's like I'm not the one who's buying your CD. So like, work on the community, work on your fans, respond to your fans, build with that. Start little by little. You know, start with a room of 50 people, and then like maybe the next listening session we take it to a different place. Like this is the second time I ever hosted an event, or as Pretty Ugly. When I was younger, I hosted a lot of events, but it's Pretty, and the only reason why I haven't done it is because of like imposter syndrome. I'm like scared, like yo, what if people don't pull up? Like I was planning this thing with MK and my boys, and I'll say this embarrassingly, but like I was almost hoping like it doesn't work out, because I'm like, because if we do it, like I'm gonna have to take out money. Somewhere money is gonna come out, and I don't have the money for Kaboke sound, we think about the venue, drinks, what are we gonna do? I don't know. But I just live by faith, and I was with people that I believed in, and like every day they kept reminding me, PZ24, her cut the lights. They sat with me like last week, and they were the ones who were like, so your album is dropping? You're not doing a listening session? I'm like, dog, bro, I did the music, and then I did the admin of all the music, and then I was fighting in the background for this music, and I was still like, Dust really changed my life, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it came at a time when like I really was just feeling like all of this stuff is not like really like worth it, you know? And you guys showed up for me. It's because of you guys that I'm standing here. It's because of you guys that we're doing this thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like because of you guys, outside nigga shot like a zaka, but like it's so worth it, though. You know what I'm saying? It's so worth it, bro.
And the other thing, I'm gonna give out the mic for the Q&A just quickly, but I just wanna elaborate on, artists also suffering on like the depression side of this thing and the violent side of it. What do you think it should be the solution in terms of stuff like that? Because I feel like in spaces like this, especially if you open it up on a song, I wanna touch more on it, because for me it affects me in different ways, because it was in my crew and all of that. How do you keep your mind straight? Because I know you train, I know you got dogs, I know you got family. How do you come out clean out of this thing? Because we know how much it can break a human being. And I know there's aspiring like musicians in the crowd, and sometimes you see it from the outside, and when you go on the inside, there's other things that you deal with. Just share, how do you deal with that? And I wanna go back again to the point that you made about like, I gotta take out my own money, I gotta wake up, I gotta do this. At the end of the day, you can be signed with everybody or whatever. When you're hot, they will sign you. But you're gonna go independent, because when you're not hot, you're gonna have to do the work yourself. And I'm proud that, these people put you at the corner so that you can figure those things out. Like, I was with 8 members in my crew. 5 of them do music. one of the earlier nigga that was like, yo, this is my money. I want t-shirts fresh. Go make match for me. Go create a stage for me. Those cats, you could see the fruits of it after some time. So I applaud you on that for doing that for this one. And there will be many more because you going independent. So, and we upstairs, so we there for you as well. But touch on the other side, and then touch on the independence after this too.
Yeah, man, I think like it's just very important to keep grounded, you know, and have a solid structure around you guys, you know. So I'll make like a very loose example. It's a big one, it's an embarrassing one, but it's like I'm still here, you know. That's just like show you guys. It's like leading up to my fight with Casper, that was like the most PR like I'd ever gotten. You know what I'm saying? It's like people who weren't hip hop fans are now like tuned into what I'm doing. People who are sports fans are tuned in. People from other countries, like everyone is just like waiting to see what's happening. But as a result, I'm also getting attention from like everybody. You know, like women that you guys wouldn't think about, like DMing me, DMing me. I was like, oh damn, okay. There's just like a lot of public interest. Like and this is before the fight, you know. It's just like it's a lot of interest. There's like brand deals. There's people who are offering me money now. It's just like it's all of that stuff. Right, and then you lose the fight. And I'm telling you, like, all those women that were in the DMs, all those brand deals, all that stuff, it all went away. Meaning that like they only like the idea of what I looked like as a winner. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't like the struggle. And the only person that was there for me in that time was like my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I'm telling you. Everybody that was asking me for a ticket on the night off, like everyone that wanted to walk on stage with me and like just, you know, all of those people disappeared. And like the only people that were with me were my family and the people who loved me. So I think that's just a reminder to say like, guys, all this other stuff, the fly cars, the jewelry, that don't mean shit. And I'm trying to say this respectfully, and I hope I can say it and articulate it in the right way. Like on the outside end, someone like Ricky Rick had everything. He had everything. He had the jewelry. He had the crib go waterfall. Every time he pulled up, he was a showstopper. But like when you're dealing with your demons at home or in your mind, the demons in your mind, not really at home. It's just like, who got you? And for me, it was my family and it was God. You know, so it's like, what keeps me grounded is like real life shit. That's why like, you know, I used to have a homie who always used to he always used to like shit on me. He's like, dog, like every day you're looking fresh, but you don't take pictures, dog. You know, you need a constant like cameraman around you, whatever. But like for me, it's like I actually don't like that. Like me and Butler get offered like reality shows every other month. I'm talking about millions. We have never said yes to it because I don't care about that. I don't care about being seen. I don't care about being the hottest. You know, I care about like being the father that my daughter loves. You know what I'm saying? I care about that. That's stuff that's like dear to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like MK mentioned, it's like, yo, I'm a dog guy. I like pit bulls. I got pit bulls. You know, we're breeding pit bulls at some time. I like the gusheshe. If you're looking at my Insta stories, it's like gush. It's like those are things that I care about. But it's also like finding things outside of the work that you can focus on and be passionate about, because the work can be very stressful. And now if you don't have an outlet, like that's when we start abusing drugs. That's when we, you know, get caught up in the wrong crowds, and that's when we lose ourselves, you know. So like I think just to recenter yourself and bring yourself towards yourself is like remembering, you know, like who are you when there's no cameras around? You know what I'm saying? And that's what holds me. Like before the drip is on, before the jewelry is on, like how does my daughter look at me?
Now they're free, we don't hear nothing. So just tell us, you know, from an overview angle, what can we expect from you being free now?
Yeah, man, it's like, there's a lot of deals on the table. I'll tell you that for sure. You know, there's a lot of big labels that are reaching out to me. There's a lot of international labels looking out to me. And it's also humbling, you know, to know that like, oh damn, these people see this much value in me. Like there's people who are offering me like X amount for a song, you know. But I think what's very important, like artists, and I think what we get wrong as artists is like often we go to like the label who's offering us the most money. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like a lot of you upcoming artists are not gonna get any money. Labels are not giving you no advances. Like maybe like if you should cook dope, if you have like a track record of like platinum singles and hits and whatever, you got leverage. If you A Reese got streams or whatever, you got leverage. Nasty C, you got leverage. I now have leverage. I got my plaques, I got my streams, I got this. I have proof of concept. I can go and show brands and like, yo man, I was able to get people to pull up for me in a day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's like things that you get to use, but like, so often what we do is that we go to the label that gives us the most amount of money, and I think that's the wrong thing. For me, like, I'm actually like, you need to go there with like with a 5-year plan, 3-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, and then find the label that's trying that, or find whoever that's trying to plug into what you're doing over the next 10 years. I'm not telling you that like, yo, I'm gonna give you X amount for your masters. You're never gonna see that cent. Like, I've never seen a cent from Jaga, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care to see the cent when I know. You know, that's like money that builds up over time or whatever, you know, it's like, don't worry about that, you know, 1 million streams.
We spoke about like people getting depressed and having to deal with certain situations that might be difficult in their lives. How do you advise the kids? How do you move through this thing, man?
You caught me by surprise.
I got you. I got you.
But first of all, Pretty Ugly has been my brother. The album that he just mentioned, Anxiety. I sent this man a song, and again, what he praises in less than 24 hours. I had a verse called for a song called Afterlife, and since then we've been tapped in. Like, me and Pretty Ugly go so way back, before we even had a picture together, you know. We were having dinner together with the mothers of our children, you know, and this is before we even had a picture together on social media. Like, I was mixing his album, Soil at the time, and you know, we were signed to the same label. And before I even answer your question, brother,
good, baby. Let's do it.
I'm proud of this man because the struggle that he went through is something I understand 100%. And watching how you've come out of it and how you've handled it, you know, I think I might have handled it a bit crazy. Some of y'all might know what I've done online, but you know, I'm a bit more vocal more than Pretty. Pretty's got more composure than me. But I'm proud of you, brother, and to see you like this and to see your new energy is something I envy, not because I'm jealous, but because I am proud of you as a brother, man. And
Word.
I'd like to say, going forward, I want to see you win. I want to see who you are, and I want to see who I've always believed you to be, brother. And I'm so proud of you. And thank you, everybody, for supporting this man. It's a real one. It's my brother, you know. Now, Herc too, man. Like, a round of applause for Herc. Herc too, when I met Pretty Ugly, he introduced Herc as how he always introduces him, with the utmost respect, you know, that's his brother. And when we're mixing the album, Soil, he was like, yo, anything I do, Herc has to be a part of, you know, you gotta work with Herc on this album. And I was a person who never worked with nobody, you know. And as I said, we're in the same label, and you know, I met the brothers, I got to understand them. There was even a point where we started arguing in the studio and I stormed out. Time when you meet people, it's like, there's a saying where it's like you need to know how to get off stage. Don't be the guy who never got off stage. You meet people outside or you meet people in the streets and you're still on stage. You think you're better than people. You think people are looking at you. Just be a real person, man, because there are people out there, there's doctors, bro, who save people's lives every day. I don't think music is that important that you go around acting better than people just because you make it, you know? And in terms of keeping your mind right, one thing you guys gotta remember, we're Africans, you know? And there's a power in that. We shouldn't let Eurocentric ideas and Eurocentric things keep us down, things that were introduced. I made an album called Anxiety, but like looking back at it now, there's a kind of shame I feel, because I feel like I gave people a crutch, you know? Instead of facing your challenges head on and remembering that you're an African child and there's a power in that, you give up to mental ideas that are not real, you know? Imagine if right now it was back in the day, before the buildings, before technology and stuff, and there were people coming to our village
to kidnap women and to make children slaves and to kill all the men. Do you want to be the African man that's got anxiety and you don't want to go outside and fight? You know? Do you want to fight for your family? Do you want to fight for your life? Or are you the anxious guy? You know? So I say that to say this. Mental things, as much as they weigh heavy on us, you must always remember, man, there's a power in rising above, and there's a power in believing yourself, and there's a power in being African and knowing that every single day I have to get up and make a better life for my family, and that's all that matters. Life has challenges. Whatever challenge you face, there's a bigger one coming in 5 years and you're going to forget this one. Whatever challenge you face today, there's a bigger one in 15 years and you would have forgotten about the one you face today. Just bob and weave and keep moving, man. Thank you, everybody, for supporting my brother again.
Music. And again, thank you guys for being out here. Majita, if you came here with a lady, please make sure the ladies get home safely. Ladies, you guys are looking amazing. You guys are looking beautiful. Thank you to everybody, every single person, literally, who's in here. God be with you. I hope when you leave here, you leave it safely.